Yo, what is up, guys? Crackerjacker80 here, and I'm with T-Bretz, and we're doing another live comm like we did before, and we're playing some Domination on Cove. This might extend for 2 games because we might not have enough time to talk about everything, but we'll see what happens.
Alright, hey guys, so T-Bretz here, and we're going to be doing the commentary, like Crackerjacker80 just said. Yeah, let's get started. We're going to be talking about the new Call of Duty, that the Black Ops 3 that's set to be released. I think they're supposed to do the big reveal on the 26th of April, so be sure to be ready for that and check that out. And yeah, so we're just going to be talking about basically the Snapchats. I think we're going to talk about Snapchats first, then we're going to go into the trailer that we've seen so far, and then finally we're going to move on into the box art that was released. And I think there's also a description too.
Be secure.
Yeah, that's basically what we're going to be talking about first. We'll get into the Snapchats. If you haven't seen the Snapchats, basically, they're not really super important. They don't really say a lot about the game.
We lost Charlie.
Yeah.
But they do. Oh, migrating host. Jeez. All right. But yeah. So they don't really say a lot about the game, but they do kind of hint at like what might come. So yeah. I have a video on that on my channel, so if you guys want to check that out, be sure to check that out. And yeah, so then next thing we're going to be talking about a little bit is the trailer. If you haven't seen that, be sure to check that out so that you know what we're talking about. But basically the trailer, first of all, it starts out with the, it's just like a background with like almost, it's like text kind of like swinging into like a pattern.
UAV inbound.
And then, yeah, so it's like swinging in this pattern that is shaped like the guy with the dual guns, with the dual pistols, like pretty much every other Black Ops cover. And so yeah, each text, it has different things, there's different aspects, there's a bunch of symbols, like Chinese characters, and so far they haven't really made a whole lot of sense. Like you can't really tell a lot about them, but they might end up having to do with the actual game, so be sure to kind of like, I guess, kind of like, think about that and think about like what it might mean, and then leave what you think down in the comment section, and yeah, we can
securing Charlie.
Kind of figure out what all this means. So first, what you see in the text is basically you'll see
all flags secured. Maintain current posture.
There's coordinates. So if you type in the Google map, yeah, you'll find 3 coordinates, 3 different sets of coordinates. One of them leads to a prison. I forget what country it's in, but it's definitely a prison. One of them leads to a random school in Singapore, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Enemy took
and then
Charlie.
The final one leads to, I believe it's at the base of the pyramids of Giza, or on a bridge near Egypt, near the pyramids. So it's kind of odd. We don't know what it means. I guess this might be locations for the campaign. They might be locations for some maps that you'll see coming back. I know I loved Riot and Advanced Warfare. It's one of my favorite maps. So I'd not be too angry if we saw a prison map coming to Black Ops 3. I actually really enjoy that. So yeah. So then another thing that we see is basically these Chinese characters on the character's arm, on the characters. But it spells out 54 on his arm. Now we don't know what this means. It's kind of, to me, it looks like an engraving. Like I know sometimes people on their helmets or on their guns they'll engrave like almost Roman numerals to kind of like track how many kills they've had. It's kind of just a weird thing, but I know a lot of snipers do it. So it might mean he's had like 54 kills, something like that. Not really sure what that means. It might have no meaning at all, but it's definitely something to consider. So the final thing that we see in this trailer is basically just these things coming together, and also they form the main Black Ops cover art, which is also what was leaked. The cover art is basically it's just a standard Black Ops cover. It's got the guy with the dual Mustang Sally pistols sitting there.
UAV on standby.
And he's really futuristic. So basically, if you haven't seen it, I'll put a link, or not put a link. I'll link it, and I'll put a picture on screen now showing you guys what it looks like, and I'll talk a little bit about it. So basically, what I see in this is possibly not the Return of the Exo. I wouldn't be too happy with the Return of the Exo. I don't know if I'd like it or not. I really have no preference because I kind of like the Exo, but at the same time, it kind of puts a weird spin on Call of Duty and it doesn't feel as natural. So yeah, I wouldn't be too mad about not seeing that, but yeah, basically Exo may or may not be coming back. We'll talk a little bit about that more later. And then the next thing I saw was on his head, and it was basically, it looked kind of like an Oculus Rift. If you know what I'm talking about, it's basically like a headset with almost like a screen that's just on your eyes. So like basically when you're playing, you'll look into the Rift, the Oculus Rift, and it'll display the game screen on your eyes so that you can play in like first person almost. So it's pretty cool, good technology, and it's basically, alright, so that's the end of the game, so we're going to have to go into a second one.
Well, that's the first round actually, so I think there's one more round.
Right, yeah. So basically the Oculus Rift, like I said, it's a form of augmented reality, which kind of, it's almost like the same thing as Google Glass, if you've seen that. I know I'm talking about a lot of different things here, but Google Glass basically is a projector on glasses that projects an image onto your eye. It's almost like a heads-up display. So this would be really helpful to see in the next Call of Duty, or if it were augmented reality, because it would allow you to basically do certain things, like you could put up sort of like, if you guys like a thermal sight, it would basically, you could do that and you wouldn't have to have it as an attachment. You could just like all the time see thermal. It would almost be like the Predator kill streak from, I think was it Ghost? Yeah, the Predator kill streak from that one map, that one DLC map in Ghost. It would be a lot like that. You'd just be able to see in thermal all the time and things like that. So it'd be kind of cool to see. You might be able to see through walls and different things like that, but it's just kind of augmented reality, and it makes things appear there that aren't actually there. And it also allows you to like do different overlays and cool things like that, and kind of change what you see with your vision when you're in battle. So it's pretty cool technology, and I think it would definitely be a good thing to put in the next game. And it would add a little bit of a different twist. It's almost like the blacklight ability that you have to see through walls. If you haven't seen my video on that, you can check that out too. Yeah, so I'm kind of going into a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, but yeah, I think the next thing that we're going to talk about, the character is just like the arms, because the arms look extremely almost robotic. Like I feel like it might not be a human actually. It might like be some sort of like robot guy. So you may be a human, but you physically have some robot parts, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I'd like that or not. It's kind of like, it sounds to me like you're going to be a Terminator, which I don't know. Like Terminator's, it was a cool thing to see, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I feel like that's too cliche, and it might be a lot like Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, you know, like they took over the drones and the campaign and stuff like that. Alright, so now we talked about the box art, the actual trailer, and the Snapchat, and we're going to go next into what we want to see in the next Call of Duty, and I'm going to let Crackerjacker80 take over here, so feel free.
Yeah, so we're playing Black Ops 2 now for a reason. That's because we both agree that this is probably the best Call of Duty that we played. And, you know, we want to see a lot of the things that are in this game in Black Ops 3. For example, all the guns are pretty balanced in this game, and a lot of the newer Call of Duties like Advanced Warfare and Ghosts, they didn't do such a great job on that as this game did. Other than the snipers are pretty overpowered in this, but this game had really great guns that were balanced, and, you know, you could use them all without really having difficulty. And so you want to see that, and also the maps. Advanced Warfare, they kind of drifted away from 3-lane maps, but they've kind of gone back to it in the new DLCs. But in this next Call of Duty, Black Ops 3, we want to see more 3-lane maps that are easier to play, and we're more used to them instead of the different kind of maps.
UAV inbound.
But other than that, I mean, I really want to see a game that's, you know, kind of fast-paced, but not as fast-paced as Advanced Warfare, because in Advanced Warfare, since they're, you know, you can double jump and stuff like that, it's a lot harder to get a lot of, like a kill streak or something like that, because people can come behind you with their jetpacks and just boost, and it's pretty hard to get a big kill streak without dying a lot. So in the next game, I do not want to see that, and also I do not want to see Exos, because those definitely are not supposed to be in Call of Duty, and we're kind of veering away from what, you know, Call of Duty is supposed to be, which is supposed to be a modern or past game, I guess. But it's been confirmed that Black Ops 2 will be set in the future, so it's not going to be in the past yet. But I'm hoping that Call of Duty will eventually go into the
We're
past,
losing
but
this fight.
at this current moment, it's not going to happen.
Be advised.
And yeah, other than that, it's just a game that's fun, pretty easy to play, and yeah, do you have any opinion?
Well, yeah, what I was thinking is basically, so like you're saying you want to see it in the past. If you didn't see my theory on the next Call of Duty, God, I'm getting wrecked. But anyways, if you haven't seen my theory on the trailers and the Snapchats and stuff, be sure to check that out, because it kind of goes into detail about, like, maybe it might go in the past. So I was hoping to see that same thing kind of too, like where you start out in the future, but then it'll go into the past. Like you'll take a time travel device and you go back in time to like the World War II era. So you'll be able, it'll be kind of like the Black Ops 2 campaign, where you're able to go back in time to do some missions with Alex Mason, while at the same time you're in the future trying to figure out the stuff with Menendez and with David Mason. So I think it's cool that they kind of like added that in Black Ops 2, you can play in the past in the future, and I hope that they kind of like bring that into the next game as well, and as well as the like choose your own story kind of thing, because I liked at the end of Black Ops 2 how depending on what you did, it would change the game. So if you like shot someone, if you shot, I think it was, I forget what his name was, but if you shot the guy in the campaign, it would take him down, and it would change the whole story. So like Alex Mason actually survives at the end, and Woods doesn't die, or something like that. So it changes a lot, and I hope they bring that back in Black Ops 3. So yeah.
Yeah. So is there anything else that we need to say about it?
I really honestly think they just kind of bring back the same game as Black Ops 2, because I don't think there's really a ton they can improve on. Let's back out this lobby here so we can just finish this up. But yeah, I think they should basically kind of do the exact same thing as they did with Black Ops 2. Maybe tweak a little bit of things, like add new guns and stuff like that. But I really love the gun balancing in Black Ops 2. They could have done that better. Like just the fact that you can take like a 5.7 and go up against like an M8A1 and just completely wreck each other is just ridiculous, because there's literally no weapon that's overpowered except for, like you said, the snipers, and no weapon that's underpowered, which is a really good thing to see. Also, just the standard maps and the DLC maps were crazy good, really fun to play. And then also zombies, Black Ops 2 is amazing. The DLC maps with zombies, I honestly don't think could have been better. I think they did exactly what they needed to. The only one I didn't like a ton was Die Rise, but I think they were kind of getting their footing there and just kind of learning like the ways of zombies DLC maps. And so yeah, I mean everything was perfect. I know they're bringing back zombies, so I hope they bring back some good DLC maps like Origins, Buried, and Mob of the Dead, stuff like that, and as well as just like good DLC maps and what we expect to see. So I don't think they're gonna lead us wrong. I think they're gonna do a pretty good job of bringing this to us. And yeah, I hope it's just a great game in general. But yeah, that's really all I have to say.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I just hope Treyarch learns from this game, learn the few mistakes that this game had and just improve on them, keep the things that are great, and make a great game. So that's all I have to say about that.
All
but,
right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So
that's our episode for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you later.
I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.